court has found all defendants liable as per our claim, and telah memasukkan satu penghakiman yang menjurus kepada kesalahan-kesalahan berikut. Mereka Yang Arif juga telah memberitahu bahawa sememangnya Kugan telah mati akibat tindakan beliau dipukul dengan teruk. He was assaulted and battered, ditahan secara bersalah, dan pihak polis dan pihak autoriti yang bertanggungjawab telah menutupi kes ini. They are found liable for covering up and also found liable for misfeasance in public office, especially for the first defendant and the third defendant. Second defendant, polis kata walaupun kemungkinan beliau bersalah, tetapi tidak semestinya he's the only one. The judge has actually referred to all the witnesses, police witnesses, defendants' witnesses, to say and claim that they could be as liable. The judge found all witnesses by the defendants unreliable, contradictory, and their stories were untenable. The defense were also untenable. So it's a very serious situation where the Inspector General of Police, IGP, is found liable for covering up a heinous crime. I think he's repeated that a few times, and it is causing aspersions against the entire police force. Although the judge has said that this is based on the factual metrics of the case, the judgment, but it is also a serious matter because police is supposed to be the custodian of our security, and having an IGP to be liable, I think it's something that calls for serious reconsideration of his position. I think I'm going to just...
Can we have a comment from the family, please?
Yes. What do you have to say? You want to say something?
Alright, she doesn't want to say anything. Look, let me say a few words on behalf of the family. I have just consulted with them. I've been their lawyer since the very beginning, and their feeling about this judgment is this: whatever it is, we have won this case. The judge has clearly imputed serious liability to the police. In effect, what this judgment means is that Kugan was murdered in police custody by police officers. Now let's remember something. The criminal case, in which the accused is now out on bail pending appeal, even though he was convicted, never really came to that finding. Because in the criminal case, he wasn't charged for murder. They deliberately charged him for one person for a lesser offense. So finally, at least in this judgment, we have what is in effect a condemnation of the conduct of the police department, including higher police officers right up to the IGP level, and a clear finding that Kugan was murdered in police custody. However, despite the victory, this is still small consolation to the family. Why? Because the culprits who murdered Kugan are still walking free in this country. They are still walking free. And for this family to have closure, the culprits who did this act must be brought to justice. This was a total failure of justice by the police department, by the IGP, particularly Tan Sri Khalid Bakar, and by the Home Ministry and the entire system. Today, this judgment proves that there was a total system failure. The judge clearly says how it was necessary for activists to push this case in order, otherwise this case would have been closed. The judge himself has come to that finding. Now, it has been a long journey for the family. It has been a long journey. His mother, Indra, is too emotional to speak. She has spoken again and again and again. And, this judgment is another judgment, but it doesn't give closure to the family. The government has deprived this family from closure. As I said, it's been a long journey. It's been 4 years. It has taken 4 years for there to be some sort of judgment or some sort of finding that the police murdered Kugan in custody. Why did it take 4 years? Now, I want to say this now, as a Member of Parliament and as a Vice President of Keadilan. This judgment makes Tan Sri Khalid Baka's position as IGP untenable. If he had any sense of shame, he will resign immediately as a consequence of this judgment. Although I do not think so, because no one holds themselves accountable in this country. He should resign based on this damning indictment of not just his conduct, but of the conduct of the entire police department. And significantly, the judge also says what we have all been calling for an independent body to investigate police misconduct. A judge of the High Court has today said this. And yet this morning in Parliament, you had the Home Minister Zaid Hamidi coming out and repeating again that there will be no IPCMC and giving ridiculous, frivolous answers.
So will you be raising this issue in Parliament today?
I will definitely be raising it. So perhaps tomorrow during the debate.